What's up, gamers? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to warm up in Rainbow Six Siege. Before we go any further, there are links to my Twitch and Twitter in the description below, so make sure you go check those out. Warming up is important because it gets your mind right and your aim right, and puts you in the best possible scenario to succeed when you play. So today we're going to go through a few examples of how to warm up. First off, Rainbow Six Siege is a first-person shooter game, obviously, so reaction time is very important. I recommend the human benchmark. You can just look up human benchmark test and come up with this reaction time test. Lots of Rainbow Six Siege is holding angles or getting swung on or swinging somebody, so having a good reaction is very important. Basically, you just sit here, you wait for it to turn green. When it turns green, you click. I end up guessing too much. I'm probably not gonna do the best here because I'm talking about what to say, but you want to average. You get like 5 tries, you can do more, but you want to try and average near 200 or below 200. As you can see, I'm busted out of my mind and got 180 because I'm insane. So this is the first thing I recommend you do. And then I just spaced out there. So you want to do it until you're at least somewhat consistent around below 220 for sure is what I would say. That's pretty good. Of course, there's going to be some lag, especially with in the game, depending on what servers you're playing on. But yeah, I think the lowest I've ever gotten is 5 because I completely guessed. But see, I was averaging around that 180 time the whole time, except for that 300 something. So yeah, do this a couple times, maybe like 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, just to get your brain kind of quick, because you really just want to focus on is the box green or is it red? Because for when you're in the game, if you're staring at a door, once something changes in that door, like somebody peeking it, your brain's gonna be like, oh, that's different, let me click. Because with this, it's like red, 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 red. Once it changes green, you click. So if you're looking at a door in the game and all of a sudden somebody peeks that door, your brain's gonna be like, hey, something changed. Usually when something changes, I click mouse 1 and then boom, headshot, you know? So that's why you would want to warm up your reaction time. Now we're gonna go more into the actual game and warming up your mechanics as opposed to your noggin. So the first thing you want to do with warming up is stretch. It sounds lame, but this is mainly for PC, I guess also for console. You're gonna want to stretch your wrists, your hands, and your fingers. I'm gonna link a video in the description or put it on the screen now, a little portion of it, just to show some good stretches. And the reason for that is if you're trying to track somebody, I've had experience with this without stretching, trying to track somebody or flick, your hand will get shaky because you're trying to make your muscle do a very precise thing and track a certain object very well or flick really far. And you will end up, I mean, over time, you can end up hurting yourself, getting carpal tunnel, but in the short run, you'll probably just end up missing and being way more inconsistent just because your muscles aren't able to move the best they can in your, like, all your tendons and whatnot in your arm and your hand. So it's gonna greatly restrict your aim and your tracking in general, and that's what you mainly want to be working on when you warm up. Okay, basically for the next part of this video, for the improving within game, if you've watched my how to improve your aim video, then it's going to be pretty similar to that. But we're in AimLab. So we're going to start on a third-party aim trainer like AimLab, and then eventually transition over to the game, like actual Rainbow Six Siege. But this is just a third-party aim trainer, AimLab. I recommend it over Kovacs. But basically, we're just going to hop into a task here just to warm up, and my thing was like frozen. Okay, there we go. We're gonna hop over to this gamer playlist I made, and we're basically just gonna run through some of these drills. This is just to improve your mechanics, but the one I recommend the most, I don't recommend like this Rainbow Six warm up. It's kind of lame. It's just spider shot and circle tracking. But what you would want to do is, if you're gonna choose certain drills to do, you want to do one from flicking. I recommend spider shot and micro shot because they just improve your like one tapping. You're going from target to target. I don't know what this one is. That one's lame. Don't do that one. Tracking, I recommend Circle Track, and where's the other one? Circle Shot. Okay, so now we're gonna transition over to inside of Rainbow Six Siege for it warming up. I recommend Terrorist Hunt just because you get all your mechanics, your aim, whatever it may be, your movement, all of that stuff. I recommend this over a third-party aim trainer because it's the whole game, your aim, your leaning, your movement, your crouching, all that stuff on maps as well. You should use operators you would most likely use in ranked to like you can use high recoil operators, like I'm gonna use SMG11 for this example, but you can use Buck, Twitch, use DMRs, go strictly for one taps, working on crosshair placement, just warming up, kind of like a checklist almost of what you want to do. You want to work on your crosshair placement, which would be right about here. You want to focus on how you approach the gunfights, not just running through, because that's not what you're going to do in the game. You would most likely be kind of like more strategic with it, kind of quick leaning around, checking where somebody is. Either go for one taps, use high recoil weapons to work on your recoil control. Treat it like it's an actual game, not as seriously with droning and everything, but with how you aim and whatnot. While you're doing this, I highly recommend, while you're warming up in general, throughout this whole process, stretching and all, you definitely want to be listening to music. As loud as you can possibly take it, or as loud as is comfortable to you. Just drown out all the other sound except for your music. Just because it makes you focus in more. One thing you don't want to do though, if you're listening to music, is shoot to the beat, you know? Like if there's a bass drop, you don't want to line up your shot on that unless it's like unironic. Just because it will, you gotta work, because if you're just gonna stand here until like the bass drop, you're not really warming up and lining up the shot. You want to run through the T-hunt as fast as you can with your music as loud as you can and just focus on tapping heads. Okay, I'm surprised it didn't blow up. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say. Quickly recapping, human benchmark reaction test. Probably gonna link that in the description below. But stretch. I don't know what the heck happened with that. But make sure you stretch. I'm gonna link another video in the description below. If you want to use a third-party aim trainer, it's basically just stretch, listen to music. If you're gonna use a third-party aim trainer, I recommend AimLab. If not, use T-Hunt. Work on how you approach fights, how you aim, your movement, all that stuff like it's an actual game. Because that's what you want to do. You want to try and simulate a game experience to warm up, and I'm kind of buns. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Once again, there are links to my Twitch and Twitter in the description below. Thank you for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like. It's much appreciated. But thank you for watching, and peace out.